Hey guys, Darksy Bro here, and today I'm doing something, or planning on doing something that I usually wouldn't have. This is probably going to either take way too long, and I shouldn't even really be making this video because it's probably not going to, like the thing that I'm going to be talking about here isn't going to even happen for a like a while. Um, but I was so excited, so I decided why not? Let's just do this. Um, but basically, more or less, what's going on is I am finally starting to develop that said video game, or at least like how I always dreamed of making a video game, and it's finally starting to happen with our newest series, Grand Adventure, which is a manga and will hopefully later, but probably if I did, it would be like way later, is the of it that will come out. Now, the manga should first chapter and second chapter are close to basically being done. Hello. Yeah, I'm gonna stop right there. Stop past me right there. Yeah, I'm sorry for the echo. You're going to deal with it if it's echoing. Um, yeah, so basically, this video, as you can probably tell, or will tell if you've actually read it or haven't read it yet, is a little bit old. In fact, so old to the point where I've made both of the first two chapters yet. When I was recording, at the time of me recording this video, I have not recorded, or I haven't made either chapter. In fact, I was working on the first chapter, like kinda, and I was getting like almost done with it, but then I was working on the second chapter as well. While as of right now, both chapters are already out. So funny thing, but which by the way, I'm just gonna say right here, if you guys do want to go ahead and check out those chapters, since I might as well plug it in since it's already a thing, then you should definitely scan this QR code on screen or go down in the link below, in which case it will be the first link right there just for you to easily click on, you know, just so that you can easily go to the actual website and read both of the first chapters. Sorry about that past me, but it's already been done. You can go on just a few steps away from, being able to actually send that off, which I will make a video saying that I finally released the chapters, and you guys can actually go read those. I'll even put multiple websites, and yeah, so that will happen. Um, but the main part that I wanted to go over is actually the stuff for the video game. And yes, I know you probably are thinking, why are you making a video game if you don't even got like 20 episodes of it yet? Well, like I said, because it's going to take 20 years. Not, I hope not literally, but that might be literally. Because video games take forever, especially to make it PS5 and, well, yeah, because not PS4. It's definitely going to be PS5 related and like Xbox and like all that stuff. I'll figure that out when we get there. So it's probably going to be only accessible PS5 or PS6, depending on when it gets actually out and when the latest PlayStation is. Xbox and PC games, not a mobile. Um, and Xbox should be easy, but like the PC one will probably come later. However, I wanted to share some of the info that I have so far for it. I don't know why it won't let me pull up it up. So obviously we got like a bunch of things here. For like there's a lot of things. Like this thing is scrollable, as you can see. It's scrollable. And the thing about this, right, is there's ranked matches. So in ranked matches you'll have like a few options. So far right now I've only come up with 4. Although I can probably have more in case, depending on later, like whether or not I want more people to be in the same thing. Maximum was probably going to be like 5v5s or something, but I know there's a high chance that there's going to be a 4v4, and I'm just haven't added it yet. Then obviously you'll have your if you're in ranked, you lose your thing, which is actually called AP, also known as adventure points, because think you can thank For My Dogs for that one. Which are basically the points you'll receive and lose if you win or lose. You cannot go below 0, so if you're at 0, then don't worry, you can only go up from there, literally. It's not possible to go down. And ranked matches will obviously give you the similar options of either wanting to fight with similar people, which I did like about Dragon Ball, is because you could either fight someone that's around your level so that you could faster matchmaking. You could fight someone, in this case, your exact level, meaning like no matter what, they will be your exact level. Like if you're, let's say we were doing Dragon Ball Fighters and you were Zeno rank, you can only fight Zeno ranks, which means it could be you could never get into a match, but you could also get into a match quickly. It really depends. So therefore, that's just unfortunately how it works, because if you're like a high rank and you pick this option, then maybe consider changing it, because this literally implies that someone will be on your rank. Any rank is basically the opposite of what you just read. You can literally get matched with the best, like the best, highest rank person there is. Just like from the get go. Like if you really want this is, and the good thing about this is that even if you fight someone that's higher rank than you can still gain things. So you can still gain things, and these numbers are subject to change, so it's like a template basically right now. But basically on a scale, yeah, the higher ranking they are, the better, I guess. So if someone was the highest rank, which in this is deity rank, and you are the first beginning rank and you beat them, you will gain a lot of adventure points. That means you could go very well from being the bottom to like near like the middle, just from like one of those. And here are the things that I've just like come up with and had a little bit of help. I've done the ones that don't have any words behind them, because I just made up some random ones that I thought were pretty cool. So deity is obviously the highest rank, and there might be more, there could be less. It just depends on me and my friends when we do this. Deity is the highest, like I said, and peasant is actually the one we all start as. Yep, including me.
Bruh, why wouldn't it include
So we
you?
actually start as the peasant rank, which I forgot to put these little semicolons on. I'm sorry, that actually makes me angry when I don't put semicolons.
He's
But
lying. He's
we start
literally
here, so if
lying.
you're a peasant, and let's say this was the tier, right? This is all, and you fight someone deity rank, that means you could literally go from like here to like ace, I don't know. Like, or like here to like knight, it's a pretty big jump, so it'd be like boom boom boom, like you would just flash forward. Now, obviously you might not always get that same person, and I still don't know how rematching and stuff I'll do. I probably, because I hate when people like leave, especially if your internet's just bad. If you just disconnect, then I think that's also a thing that should happen. If you disconnect, then you should be punished for disconnecting. Like, yeah, it's not your fault your internet's bad, just get better internet, simple. Like, oh my god, I'm sorry, I had to cut in again because I can't believe I really just said if your internet is bad, sucks to suck. That's basically what I just said there. You have bad internet, it sucks to be bad. Just deal with it. I can't believe it. That's honestly what it seems like it should just be. Just get better internet. Um, and if you have the best internet and they're doing that, clearly you might want to go talk to them. But peasant rank is 0 to 500. So if you're in that scale, which is roughly about 10 wins ish, so if you're not 10 wins in, you'll be N peasant rank, and if you lose, you do lose to 25. Um, just to be clear again, you cannot go you can't go below 0, but you can lose. So like if you win one and then lose twice, you will just go back to square one. But basically it is a 50% gain here. Like you will gain more than you lose. So like if you won twice, that's 100. You could lose 4 times in a row and it wouldn't even until it actually matter. So therefore, that's that. And then when you go to commoner, which is the next one, which is 500 to 1,500, another 10 games, literally just 10 games. And by the way, these would be if you're fighting someone the same rank. I forgot to mention that. This is not including if you are commoner fighting like an adventurer or commoner fighting a peasant. This is only implying you're fighting a commoner these whole times. So that would be only 10 matches where you would gain 100 and you would lose 50. You see? So therefore, you would gain 100, so you would only need 10 matches, and boom, you would go to adventurer, which is 1,500 to 2,500. Which you at first would be like 10 wins, but you actually go down in the amount that you actually win, the amount, and you go up in the amount that you actually lose. So, but it's still this is where it's like, okay, you're actually good at the game, you're actually doing good. And in this case, you're you're actually only needing you only need 15 games to actually go up in the next rank rather than your normal 10. So it actually does equal more amounts of matches. These might be changed in the future, but as of right now, these seem pretty good, so they're fine. And like I said, if you this only includes if you're fighting in the same rank rather than someone higher rank than you. And that might even change because there is a ranked match 2v2, 3v3, which means that you'll have different ranks for each one of them. So just because your 1v1 rank is, I don't know, ace, doesn't mean that your free for all rank is that high, or 2v2 rank. So you basically will have 4 separate ranks, if not more, depending on how I wanted to do that. um, Actually, yeah, just 4. You'll probably have more game modes. There will be more game modes, but 4v4s, but it won't be ranked. Because, you don't want to have too many people on one team for a ranked match. That is, you don't want a 10v10, because that means one of those 10 people could be actually good at the game and, might have different settings. So in these cases, right, if you're matching with someone higher level, that implies also the same situation. Meaning if you're ace and you do similar ranked matching and you're doing 2v2s or 3v3s or something, and you're fighting a bunch of peasants, well, no, because if you were ace, then you would only be fighting either holy knights or ascended. So, but if you did an everything one, right, then that would mean that you could be fighting a bunch of peasants, which won't really give you anything if you win, actually, but will make you definitely lose a lot if you lose. So if you were losing to a few peasants that were on the other team, then yeah. Now, obviously, there would have to be some way to combat these. Like if you see someone clearly on purpose, just throwing, you know, or make a surrender button so you only lose so you lose even less. I might do something like that where you lose half the amount you would initially lose, since you're surrendering. So you're surrendering, so you're losing half the amount that you would initially lose, which is only a benefit. Obviously, I'd make it to where this, this you wouldn't be able to just do it anytime. I don't want someone to be 1 second from the end and be like, surrender, surrender, hurry, hurry, and then they click surrender just so they can lose less. I mean, even though that would be good, funny little, little tech, hey, before you lose completely, hit this surrender button. Yeah, but I really don't want people to be just like, oh, look at me, surrendered. So, but then again, I feel like that'd be at least better, because then people wouldn't just leave or be like, wow, look, they surrendered halfway into the game. So I might just leave it like that. Might.
Here he goes lying again. He definitely will leave it like
Next
that.
is the
Yeah,
casual
definitely.
matches. Obviously, it's everything of the first one, except nothing. It doesn't really do anything for you when you play those matches. You can also invite a friend. So, because you can invite friends for the other ones, but you obviously can't invite them for like free for all. The free for all, which you can't have a friend on in 1v1. But just in case your friend is a lot better than randoms, then there you go. And which also is the same for this. You can call a friend in and yeah, so you get really nothing from it. And then obviously you have custom games, which is the rooms where you can either join someone, make your own room. And yes, the host can kick people. So that means like literally the host could just like boop you if you click join and they accidentally leave it on open, which is dumb. But if they leave it on open, then they could just kick you if you join, or if they have a friend that joins them because they accidentally send them an invite, boom, you can kick them. Same with starting the game because I know, even though I know that could be an issue, like if you go eat, you're like, oh wait, let me go get a drink of water, and then your friend's like, I'm gonna start the game. Well, that's your friend, and just to be clear, you don't need to ready up. So it literally is just your friend starting the game without you. Like no doubt is just your friend. And that's how I'm making it for that. Is I'm making it to where they actually are the ones starting the game. Rather than the game auto starting or you needing to ready up. So and you can still invite people which can join and you can still invite friends even if your lobby's open. Except now you can kick people and people can just join you. Let me just make sure. Wow, 15 minutes already. And now here's where I know what you're thinking. What about the game itself? So the actual game itself will contribute to multiple parts. For example, this is how you will have the character select screen. It's basically going to be similar to, I guess, Demon Slayer type, choosing where the characters are in little like icons in a circle and you just kind of play Smash. It's like Smash Bros. Where you're just like, I select this guy, and then boom. Speaking of which, I can just do this for future me, like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. There we go. This is for me. So there we go. So like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, where you choose a character and then boom, the character will show up on the right side of the screen because all the things and character selections will be on the left side. So then when you select the right side, when you select the character will pop up doing like I don't know something, and just like Demon Slayer, so you could actually see what they look like and maybe decide to change your mind or you know what like oh waifu for my waifu and then you realize I don't not this waifu you know and then in game is really simple. You have obviously your usual buttons L2 R2. Now in your square triangle circle X. Um, Basically, how this works is if you hit your square, you'll do a melee type attack, where you're like swinging something, whether it's your hand, sword, knife, whatever it is, you're swinging, you're running hands, and then triangle is like your range button that you'll use to like attack people from distances. Circles like your heavy. So, basically, it's like you're doing like a strong attack, and then X is your jump button. Now, there might be like you can like possibly change your controls so that these are other buttons, like alternate controls. And I will talk with my friends as well about like, and others, just to see how like they want, how they would want their controls to be if they had these three controls. And then you have your obvious L2 and R2, which are new things. So you have three assists, yep, even though it'll be the same character, but it'll be three assists. So you'll have a character that you'll have as its back person. And this is what will basically change the game from like Shinobi Striker, Demon Slayer, and all this other stuff. Because in Shinobi Striker, I don't even think you get assists. And in Demon Slayer, you can swap into it. You can't swap into your assists, so you're going to be the player you're playing. You just have an assist. So you don't have to worry about accidentally holding it down and then being like, oh, wait, no, now I'm Batman. And then you die. Here he goes again. I'm going to explain it a little bit better and then let him continue, of course. Basically, it's if you played Fight Dragon Ball Fighters, then you can call assist in that game, or Shinobi or Shippuden, sorry, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. I keep wanting to say Strikers, but yeah, it's Shippuden. But basically, you call your assists, and instead of being in normal game fashion where you can switch into those assists, which is Demon Slayer, Shippuden, and Fighters, it's basically that game mode in Fighters, which basically makes it you can't tag out, but you can still call your assists. So instead of having 2 assists, you'll have 3 assists that all do different things, and then you just can't swap into them. That's what he basically is saying. I don't know why it was that hard. Yeah, it's just that. Literally. So you don't have to worry about doing that. Like if your controller accidentally holds it, then it doesn't even matter because you still have to hit square and triangle and circle just to actually do the input. So there you go. Um and your first assist type is like based on which assist you have and which, by the way, you equip those assists. So you actually like make those assists and add them to your character. And R2 is basically just the same thing with assist. You just hit the R2 and then the button, except in this case, instead of assist happening, you have powers. 4 powers to be exact. No joke, you have 4 powers. That means you can do 4 actions and 4 moves, and they will do all separate things. And then, obviously, in the end, in order to use your ultimate, it's L2 and R2. If you hold both of those buttons down and hit one of 2, square or triangle, then or square or circle, sorry, then you can just do a move. I might do like L1 and R1 as your ultimates, but that's if I decide to do that instead. So yeah, you can just do that, and boom, there we go. Hopefully, when the game actually comes out, then it will be a lot easier to explain and just show, and it'll be better. And hopefully, you guys play it. It will be free for anyone. You don't have to worry about getting PlayStation Plus. At least I'm gonna be aiming for that regardless. Uh, so because I want my friends to play it, and I want to be able to play it, even if I don't have PlayStation Plus, but I do have internet. So I don't know how long this again will take me. I am planning on getting this, and this is the game and design and how it would work. And yeah, with that being said, I'll see you all in the next video.